It was here for hundreds, if not thousands, of years. They've got this, I don't know what contraption that is.
That's a flag. That's a flag.
Oh, that's yeah, that's a flag. I knew that. I knew that. I knew that. It's a stunning place. I mean, the man is obviously certifiable, but he doesn't have a fear of heights, in which I do.
No fear of heights.
This is what van life is about. The sun is slowly rising, and Tim Tricker has arrived. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tim.
Lovely cup of coffee, Richard. Thank you.
How was hotel life?
Hotel life. I think van life is going to be better.
It's topping it.
I've got to see if I can find one and join
the clan.
Join the clan.
I'm a very new convert, so. But it is absolutely joyous to be able to move around and go, oh, actually. So my plan last night, I parked up at the golf course and I'd sussed out I was going to come here in the morning on this little spot because I just wanted to be away from all the houses and everything. And then I could put my bed away, which I did, and settle up and sort out my coffee. And then there's just this to look at.
It's
for breakfast.
To wake up in the morning to this.
But I couldn't have camped here because I think someone would have told me off.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of traffic whizzing through here. But that's the thing. I think the key is you bed down late, get up early.
And be gone before anybody notices.
Yeah. And now we've got the guys with their golf caddies and lawn mowers and all of that out. But I was hoping to get the sun rising over the peaks of the Tors, but it's very reluctant to come up.
It is reluctant, but maybe tomorrow morning.
Who
maybe
knows?
A sunset there over tonight.
Yeah.
But it's lovely.
What have we done?
We've arrived in Tavistock.
Tavistock, the home. I think this is the birthplace of Francis Drake, if I remember rightly. It's a lovely old town,
old place.
Old market town, and one of the things we're going to go and see here is the
Viaduct.
Yeah, there's this beautiful viaduct. You can walk across the top. I've done it, and I can tell you it's 7 o'clock because my phone is just the alarm.
Ding dong dong.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Dismiss that, thank you. Sorry about the wobbly camera work. So we've got some instructions about 15-minute walk from the high street. So
dustmen.
Yeah, at least they've got dustmen working here.
Exchange.
They're now working again in Worthing.
Work their way up the country.
Yeah. We found it. We have found it. Look at that. It straddles the sort of almost market square of King Street here by the Union Inn. So somewhere along the line, I walked across it in the long distance past in about 2010 when I came on a walking trip to Dartmoor. There's the Union Inn behind me. So all we've got to do is work out how you get up to it. It's here. It's here. It's there. You can see it. We've just climbed up a dirty great hill that Tricky Tim Tricker came up with. So
Don't be blaming me.
You can't do it.
No.
So we asked a local, and there's a lane up here that we're going to go. We'll get there. We'll get there. Meanwhile, we'll walk under it. La la la. I should just let you know, the Viaduct was built in 1972 with fairy dust. But if you look online, they'll tell you it was older. We found it, we're on it. We are walking across where the old chuffs used to go, technical term there, and we've just seen a Samaritan sign, because clearly people like to think they're on a trampoline up here. And I don't know whether it's actually advisable to jump from here. It might hurt yourself when you land. That may be part of the plan. Do you know any factum totems about the viaduct itself? I mentioned fairy dust. I think that was rubbish.
That's not correct. No.
Great. I give him the chance to do all the research. You know.
There was no mention of homework last night.
I pay him the old socks, and he does nothing. But just look at the views. It's enough to know that it wasn't a medieval train or even Roman. It's probably a Victorian viaduct in 18 something or other. Look it up yourself. And the train would have come across from one side to the other for purposes of its own volition. And then it was abandoned and pulled up because people realised they could go further by microlight. He doesn't seem to believe me. So I've just looked it up. It was 1812 when Tchaikovsky was writing that famous orchestral piece. No, actually, Tim looked it up, and he's done a jolly good job. He, how do I open that up? No, too bright. There we are. He's done a jolly. He went to the local library. He got out all the reference books. He studied for about 4 years, and he's come back to meet me. Oh, sorry, he's done it on his phone.
I've done it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
It's the quickest way these days.
Right. I'm going to come around here because this is where the light is. Beautiful, sensual, and made with the finest pine cones light. Also, we get to see the back of Tim's head, which is always a great bonus. It's like two baldies in one programme.
Didn't get that
double the
anywhere
price.
Else.
So when did it close?
Didn't give me that. Oh, gee.
It opened in 1807, whenever you said 1812, and unfortunately it closed
yesterday,
moments later. And now the larch. Monty Python reference there. Come off the bridge, the viaduct rather, and there was another little road bridge which we looked at briefly because we felt it all as if we had to do bridges all of a sudden. And now we're coming down a tiny little lane here, very narrow,
rather
steep. We passed a family of gnomes on their way to work just now. They were very nice, singing some sort of song.
Do you know
the way
where you're going to?
Yeah, I do. They said that Diana, what was her name?
Diana Ross.
Diana Ross was the boss. Anyway, we're coming back. We thought now would be a great time to see if there's any bodies that have fallen down, and no, to go to the bakers, and maybe
candlestick makers.
Yeah, we could do
possibly
that too, and have a cup of coffee and wake ourselves up and try and get back to some sense of sanity. I just feel you're not taking this trip too seriously. Living in a van is obviously getting to you, Mr. Vobes. Oh wait, I'm Mr. Vobes. Damn it. Just popped into the bakery there. Beautiful bread. We've made some purchases as we walk past the old corn exchange, the market. Here it is.
1835.
He's done his research on that one, notice. Spoke to the lady in the bread shop. They make their bread on the premises, which is just fantastic. I told her I made bread at home, and she told me to get out. No,
competition.
Yeah. I said I don't sell mine, but unfortunately they didn't sell any coffee, which was a shame. So we want to try and find some coffee, and we can sit in the churchyard and look at the graves as we munch on scones.
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 I think you'll find it scones. Thank you. So that lovely building there is the Abbey Chapel, and in medieval times Tavistock Abbey would have stood here. Now I know people don't know whether to believe me or not, but that's the Guildhall behind us that's on the site of the old Abbey, and the Abbey clearly needed to be situated near water, and we're just going to go and have a look at the River Tavi for Tavistock, which is just in front of us, I believe. Oh no, that's a drain. No, the river is there. And there it is, the bridge over the River Kwai, the River Tavi. We decided after a cup of coffee and a tasty scone from the
scone,
whatever, we would take a stroll along the Tavi. There's a couple of footpaths either side. Well, in fact, the one on the other side's disappeared. I think that they've gone off a cliff somewhere. And beautiful, lovely early morning walk, although the sun has come up. Good morning. A lovely lady there just passing by, soliciting for work she was, but we have resisted that temptation, for there is a strange crenellated entrance ahead of us that is far more interesting for us to investigate. Excuse me, how much did you say? The River Tavi is, of course, the second longest river in Britain, stretching from near to John O'Groats, winding its way over the Scottish borders and down towards Cornwall in a very circuitous route going via the Middle East. Some parts of it connect into the sea, and then it's reconstituted and comes swerving through Dartmoor in Leets. Actually, that bit's true, the Leets. I believe on Dartmoor there are Leets, these channels where the water comes down and then ends up in the Tavi, at Tavistock. Not the Taffy, that's in Cardiff, I think, or in South Wales somewhere. That's a different one. Thank you. Across from the River Tavi and parallel to it is what a lovely lady who we met, who was walking her dog just now, called the canal. There's no way this is a canal though, it's a channel of water.
It's not deep enough.
Like a culvert. And apparently it goes for a long old way, but you'd never get a narrowboat on here, plus you'd never get them underneath the bridges. So, but it's a channel of water that presumably at one time served a purpose, whether it was just a very low type of canal. Have to look into that. Meanwhile, here's some pigeons. Well, I've had a bit of a snooze. Left Tim to head back. He's got to head back to see his daughter back to Plymouth. So, because we were up really early, I thought I'd have a bit of a snooze. So I've had a nice snooze here in the van, which is the great thing. Still parked up in Tavistock. And then I took a little stroll into town to buy some lunch stuff. I'm going to leave Tavistock because it's getting very busy. It's a very touristy place. So, but I've bought a whole load of supplies, some organic eggs, free-range organic eggs, I guess from a local farm. It says here locally produced in Wiltshire, so not that local to where we are. And then some whole milk. This is organic pasteurised milk from Ivy House Farm. I don't know where that is. Is that Ivy Bridge? Looking to see, that's in Frome. So again, not immediately local, but it is sort of in the area. But that's whole milk and it's organic, so that will be good. Got some bread. In fact, Tim bought me the bread from the baker's that you saw us go into. And Eversfield organic. And what have I got here? Organic smoked back bacon. So just 2 slices. Very expensive, £2.63 for 2 slices. So yeah, and a little bit of some apples, I think, and a tomato. So not very much, but cheaper than eating out, I'm guessing, in total. So, you know, whilst away, it's nice to put the money in the local community rather than the big corporates like the big multinational supermarkets and what have you. So that's what I'm going to do for lunch, but I'm not going to have it here. It's a bit busy. As you can hear the traffic, and in the town it's busy. So I don't know where I'm going to go, but first I'm going to find the local supermarket that's got a garage for cheap diesel, and then I'm going to head to the hills. I thought I'd come to a lovely little village that I've passed many times but never come down into. I've lowered the windows. I've got some lovely air through coming through here, and if I turn the camera around this way, I also have this door open. It's always worth just stopping the car or van, however you travel, and getting out and just having a look. I know nothing about it, but I saw it. There's a information board, so I'm going to have a quick look at that. I'm taking a break from my journey here up on the A35 towards Dorchester. Not quite at Dorchester yet,